Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Easing our way into ISO 20022 adoption with new inflow translation service. We know 2022 is going to be a big year, and especially for everyone involved in this particular ISO 20022 adoption. Now, all the banks have to get on board with this, right? So in this particular article, it talks about the move to ISO 20022 is a key component of our strategy that will unlock significant business benefits for banks. Significant business benefits. Inflow translation will be vital to making the transition as smooth as possible by supporting interoperability between message types. So the rollout, like when a mobile network gets rolled out, right? So all the banks are going to have to start now coming in on board, getting tested, making sure that everything starts to run, which will begin November 2022 and runs to November 2025. We've got quite a big span of the time frame is going to be quite big, of course, because some are going to adapt quicker than others. But supporting the industry, so they're making it easier for the industry to get on board, but everyone has to get on board with this. So the ones that are involved, the cryptos, the blockchains that are involved with ISO 20022, it's going to be a great year. The global network with more than 11,000 institutions and 4 billion accounts in 200 countries. 11,000 institutions with 4 billion accounts. And next year is going to be amazing. Now, of course, we'll talk about price today and XRP 6 to end consolidation. Some bullish signals are coming through. And yes, at the time of making this, we are up. We're 7% up today, while the rest of the market, only a few of them are up today. But patience, right? Patience. This is exciting. I know you guys start messaging and going, oh my God, we're moving. We're not here for 6-7%, right? I mean, yes, it's good. We knew the indicators yesterday were bullish. The MACD, it looked like it was about to go, and obviously breaking out of that bearish trend line from Bitcoin for 4 years. So all the signals were there, but there is a key resistance level at 89 cents, which is exactly where we are right now. And we got to check out how we go there. If we break out of this one, then we'll go towards $1. But let's a bit more news, and then we'll talk about that. Now, more wins for XRP as SEC reportedly argues it never declared BTC and ETH as non-securities. Probably one of the biggest news. I have touched on it already a couple of times throughout the week, and we will continue to talk about it because it is important, right? This is a key component of what I feel will be the SEC's demise. So it's going to be really interesting how this pans out, because I genuinely don't see how the SEC gets away with this. I'm looking at it from all angles. I just don't see how they get out of this. Now, XRP price looks primed for a breakout to 175, and yes, we will discuss what this move looks like and where do we go from here, because there is going to be quite a bit going on. Now, of course, XRP holders are set to receive a $500 million present in January 2022 with the Sologenic airdrop coming through. Stay up to date with that. If you got yourself some airdrop, make sure that you stay up to date with what's going on there. But there is, they're airdrops, right? I mean, use the system, maximize the system, as airdrops are fantastic in that way. Now, XRP holders to receive, obviously, there's a lot of tokens, over 1 billion airdrop for XRP holders of the protocol native token. So the ecosystem built on the XRP ledger that tokenizes a wide range of assets from traditional finance markets is launching a new decentralized fungible token marketplace on the XRPO network, and that's why this has happened. So make sure that you read up on it and you know about it. Now, from a price perspective, and where are we going, and how we're moving, and what are some of the price actions that we're looking to take now, especially at the time of making this when we're sitting at 89 cents. We'll cover that off. But before we get into that, let's jump into a tiny. Let's have a look at some indicators, and then we'll go over the charts. as we begin to look at the indicators, this was one of the key things that we were looking at yesterday. You can see from the daily perspective, look at that MACD, right? Look at the gap that is now starting to form, RSI sitting towards the middle. Now, we went a little bit higher than this, right? We went to 91 cents at one moment. At the moment, we're sitting at 88. Of course, this is bound to happen, right? When there's been an increase like this, and this increase compared to the rest of the market is not normal, right? Because this is increasing a lot more than the market is at the moment today. So it is breaking away from Bitcoin. And that there is probably the greatest news, right? That's the best. That is the best news that you can hope. And that there is very, very exciting. So it is exciting to see that occur. So on the daily, you can see the MACD is sitting a little bit higher than it was, and that RSI is sitting towards the middle. Now, when we look at the hourly, we can look at precisely what happened, right? We were outside of the Bollinger Band with this monster move to 91 cents, and now we're just back inside the Bollinger Band. But look at that gap, right? So RSI went way into the oversold. Now, I don't look at the RSI on the hourly or the 4 hour. It's a generally 12 hour, but most of the times it's just on a daily that I look at it. But that, out of nowhere, we went from 83. We went pretty quickly. Within a couple of hours, we went to 91. Now we're sort of hovering back down to 88, and we'll probably, maybe even go down to 86, 85. So we'll have a look, right? It's positive, it's exciting, but it was expected. There's, it's that's why these indicators exist, right? It's not rocket science, but you can tell outside of the Bollinger Band, coming back inside the Bollinger Band. RSI at the moment on the hourly, on the 4 hour, MACD bullish, 12 hour, very bullish, broke above the moving average 50. That is exciting, but we've still got a bit to go, right? We're still going to get above that dollar. So key resistance point at the moment was at 89 cents. At the moment, we're sitting at 88. So we're just on that resistance point. Do we go back down, or will it break out and go towards a dollar, which is the next point? But the best news is at the moment, the breaking away from the Bitcoin dominance. That there is very, 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 very good news. Now, we only just spoke about this. This is where it gets really fascinating, right? We were discussing this, and we were speaking about we're going to go to 90, right? Look at that, 90 right there. Then we're going to come back down a little bit. Then we're going to go up to a dollar. Then we're going to come down a bit. So let's see if it follows this, because so far it's hit point number 1. It's gone to 90, or 91 actually. Now does it come back down towards 86, 85, and then do we continue to go up towards a dollar? Then come back down again, go above the dollar, maybe like towards $1.05, $1.06, retrace back down towards the 90s, and then break out, above $1.15, consolidating above $1.15. But so far, point number 1 has been hit. Let's see if we hit number 2, 3, 5, but I really like what's going on right now, because it is so far following this little pattern. But early days, very, very early days. And in the whole big, gigantic scheme of things, when it comes to on-demand liquidity, when it comes to what's coming, legal clarity, settlement or a win. Personal opinion, remember, personal opinion, settlement or a win. They are the two options that I see from this, right? And there is so much to come, whichever way you look at it. So right now we're looking at things at a macro level, but don't forget about the big picture, because big picture has double digits, and then in the future, triple digits in it. But you got to stick around for the future. You got to stick around. So bulls look like they're reloading. Looks like they're starting to fire up again. And that is very, very exciting. Now, we're yet to see what I'm particularly looking for. So this is on a weekly chart. Now, what I think, from a personal opinion, is going to happen is you're going to see there's going to be one particular week, and that particular week is going to be a monstrous candle, right? And that takes us up into the $3 range, maybe even $3.60. Then we're going to retrace for a little bit. People are going to see, haha, XRP community, look at that, you waited this long just to touch your previous all-time high and then come back down again. Or not even maybe touch the previous all-time high. And then you're going to start to see more monster candles come through. And eventually there will be a retrace, right? As the market potentially goes into a bear market, or the world economy crumbles, which is through inflation and debt, it is possible next year to be a very disruptive year. I'm going to be with you every single step of the way in that as well. But the retraces that are happening at the moment, the weekly, how good XRP is looking now on the weekly charts, whether you're pro XRP or against XRP, you can't deny that these charts and these patterns that are now being made look really, really, really good, right? As an investor, right? You don't have to have emotion, right? You shouldn't have any emotion. You should be emotionless when it comes to this stuff, right? That's the best way to go about it. So, emotions aside, or whether you like it, or whether you don't, or whether you agree that it works with the banks, whether you don't, whatever, it's centralized, decentralized, whatever your opinions are, you can't deny the facts that this is looking like the 10-to-1 ratio that expert was talking about. This is looking great, whichever way you look at it. Now, if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.